Walk into almost any supermarket and you'll find an entire world of cheese. Hard cheese, soft cheese, blue cheese, fresh cheese, mature cheese, smoked cheese, creamy cheese, crumbly cheese. There are thousands of varieties from all around the world. But here's the strange thing. Almost every single one of them begins in exactly the same place. A simple ingredient: milk. So how does one liquid become so many completely different foods? How does milk become cheddar? How does it become Stilton? Why is cottage cheese so different from Parmesan? So let's talk cheese. Milk seems simple, but inside that glass is a complicated mixture of water, fats, proteins, and sugars. The most important protein for making cheese is called casein, and cheesemaking is essentially the process of separating those proteins from the liquid around them. But first, something has to happen. The milk needs help. Thousands of years ago, humans discovered something unexpected. Milk did not stay milk forever. When it was stored, especially in animal skins or stomachs used as containers, it began to change. The natural enzymes and microorganisms already present caused the milk to separate and transform. Humans did not understand the science behind it at the time, but they had discovered something remarkable. Milk could become something completely new. A food that lasted longer, a food that could be transported, a food that would eventually become cheese. One of the discoveries that helped shape cheesemaking was rennet, an enzyme traditionally found in the stomachs of young animals. Rennet causes the milk proteins to join together, and this creates the foundation of most cheeses. The milk separates into two parts, the solid part, the curds, and the liquid part, the whey. It is the same curds and whey mentioned in the old nursery rhyme about Little Miss Muffet. But instead of sitting beside her bowl of curds and whey, cheesemakers take those curds and begin the process of creating something new. And this is where cheese starts to become interesting, because the difference between cheeses comes from what happens next. The curds are like the starting point of a journey, and different choices create completely different results. How much moisture is removed? How much pressure is applied? What bacteria or moulds are introduced? How long is the cheese aged? Every decision changes the final product. Take cottage cheese. It is one of the simplest forms. The curds are gently separated and not pressed heavily. This leaves behind a soft, moist cheese made up of small pieces. It is fresh, mild, and usually eaten without a long aging process. Now compare that with cheddar. The curds are cut, heated, pressed, and stacked in a process called cheddaring. The cheese loses more moisture, then it is aged. Months, sometimes years. The longer it ages, the stronger and more complex the flavor becomes. Parmesan begins its life much like cheddar. The milk is curdled, the curds are cut, pressed into large wheels and salted. But then, it waits. While cheddar might mature for a few months, authentic Parmigiano Reggiano is aged for at least 12 months and often much longer. Some wheels mature for 24, 36, or even 48 months. During that time, moisture continues to leave the cheese. Proteins slowly break down into smaller compounds, creating the rich, savory flavor known as umami. Tiny crystals form naturally inside the cheese, giving Parmesan its distinctive crunchy texture. By simply changing one ingredient, thyme, the same milk becomes something completely different. Brie takes a completely different path. A special mould grows on the outside of the cheese. Over time, that mould breaks down the cheese from the outside inward, creating that famous soft, creamy texture. And then there is Stilton, a blue cheese. The blue veins are created by introducing a special mould into the cheese itself. Small holes allow oxygen to enter. The mould grows inside, creating the patterns and distinctive flavor that make blue cheese instantly recognizable. There is something wonderfully strange about Stilton cheese. Despite its name, real Stilton cheese cannot actually be made in the village of Stilton. Under protected rules, authentic Stilton must be produced in Derbyshire, Leicestershire, or Nottinghamshire, so a cheese named after a village cannot legally be made there. But what about processed cheese, the perfectly square slices, the cheese that melts smoothly every time? Processed cheese is usually made by taking existing cheeses and blending them with other ingredients. Heat and emulsifying salts help combine the fats and proteins, creating a smooth texture that melts consistently. It is designed to be reliable, to melt easily, and to have the same texture every time. It is not really a completely different type of cheese. It is more like cheese that has been redesigned. The amazing thing about cheese isn't just the variety, it is the simplicity behind it. Thousands of different cheeses, all beginning with the same basic ingredient. A little chemistry, a little biology, a little time, and centuries of human experimentation, from a soft piece of cottage cheese to a sharp cheddar, to a creamy brie, to a powerful blue Stilton. Every cheese tells the story of the choices made along the way. The next time you eat a piece of cheese, remember, you are not just eating a food, you are eating thousands of years of science, tradition, and curiosity, because sometimes the most fascinating discoveries are hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us keep chasing random knowledge. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon when we talk again about, well, maybe you should decide that. Let us know what random topic we should talk about next in the comments below.